Alright, what's up YouTube? Today I wanted to show you how to replace some brake pads, the rear brake pads on a car, and it should work on pretty much most of the cars, but in my case I have a 1998 Nissan 240SX, so I'll be doing that. I was driving the other day, as you could hear the sound hopefully. The rear brakes, the sensor, it started squealing, so if you have this sound, pretty much you're getting to a low point on your brake pads and you need to replace them. So before they start, actually, tearing up your rotors. So I got this sound, and it happens sometimes, like right now when you're driving or when you apply the brakes. So if you're having this sound, you need brake pads. So I'm just gonna head to the shop right now. Once I get there, we're gonna start the video. Just do a little quick, how to do the brake pads. So yeah, it got loud. I'm right next to a wall. But yeah, see you soon. Turn it on. Alright, what's up you guys? Just got in the shop. As I was saying, my brakes started squeaking, so I'm gonna do the rear brakes, show you guys how to do it. It's pretty easy. Got my buddy recording down here. His name is Roman. Big shout out. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, want to strap these babies on, do a little inspection. Nah, but this is just for your safety. Don't want to really cut yourself. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to explain how to lift the vehicle. Follow your owner's manual and be safe. Lift the car up. Same thing with your wheels. Look in your owner's manual, take them off. And once you got your wheels off, basic tools. In my case, I'll just need a 14mm wrench, 17mm wrench, a hammer, and this little doohickey right here. And just want to do another little shout out to Snap-on for the tools. Best tools on the planet. No, I'm just kidding. This is Harbor Freight. Same thing. Alright, you get your 14mm, you take your caliper bolts off. Oh, thanks Roman, you're the best. Just be careful, don't fart when you're doing this. It's a lot of pressure in your body. So you get this top one loose, there's another one right here. So I'll get to this side, get that loose and nice, and then you could just use your fingers, get the bolts off, keep spinning. Alright, so I got this top one and bottom bolt off the caliper, and you just slide this baby off. You just try to set it aside, just like so. Alright, so you just got this caliper off, and this is the caliper bracket. There's two bolts that are holding onto the knuckle, as you can see, one right there and bottom. So I'm going to be taking these bolts off. In your case, you might not have to if you're just going to do a pad slap, but I'm going to actually machine the rotors in this situation, so I'll be taking this caliper bracket off. Roman, if you could just focus on my guns a little bit. Alright, got the top one nice and loose. Now for the bottom one. Somewhere down here. So as I'm spinning these, if you want, you could maybe zoom in. Those pads, you could see they're about to hit the rotor and start rubbing on the rotor and eating the rotor away. So yeah, needs some brake job. Alright, so I'm about to take off this bracket. Just got the bolts off. Just slide it off like so and set it like the left side with the left and on the right with the right. You just don't want to switch them around, keep them the same, and same with your rotors if you are going to be removing them. There you go. By the way, if you didn't notice, those are not my guns. Those are a little bigger. That's my buddy Roman. We had to switch over a little bit. And yeah, he worked out yesterday, so the rotor is off. It was a little rusted, and pretty much there you go with the assembly off. Alright, so I got everything laid out, and as I was saying, left caliper bracket and then the right caliper bracket with the pads. So you remove the pads and make sure, same thing, if you're doing especially your first time, you just know which one is the bottom, which is the top, because usually they got some sensors and you want to have, like, there's that sensor, you want to have it at the same location when you take it out. So you get that. Now this one's like this, and then you just remove these pins and grease them up. Take off the old grease and put some new one, like so. Not too much. This should be good. Slide it back in, work it a little bit, spin it around, and then when I take it off, just let you know, I actually hold the little boot and then take it off. So don't just pull on it, you might, you know, take the boot with you. Same thing. And yeah, whatever, I won't do this side just for time purposes, and plus my phone is actually dying, so I just got this little anti-squeak stuff on my pads. Go like this, spread it around like so, let it dry a little bit, and then come back and do it one more time. Alright, so I got the other side lubed up, got the pads in, and I just want to show you how the pad goes in. There's these little spots right here on the sliders. Horizontal, then you just go vertical, and then you go the pads in. So now, as these are set, we're gonna put them back. We're gonna push in the caliper pistons. First thing you want to do is pop off your cap on the reservoir. In my case, it's halfway, so as I'm pushing in the piston, the fluid will rise, and I don't think it should overflow. But if you're up to the top, you want to suck some out first prior to putting the piston back into position. Alright guys, so I try to use this doohickey. So the first thing you want to do is match it up. In my case, these four were the best fitting, where it doesn't slide off too much. So you put it in like so, then you twist it. But by myself it was pretty hard. I needed somebody to hold the caliper still, and then me pushing in while twisting at the same time, like so. Just be careful, you don't want to have this like slip too much. Then you just keep working it in slowly, and just make it go in where it's supposed to be, so you could slide this back onto the caliper bracket with the pads. Alright you guys, we're kind of running a little short on time. Gotta get out of the shop real quick, go, you know, grub a little. So we put on everything, both sides, but I just want to repeat. Pretty much you do of opposite of what you did first, last to first. So we put the rotor on, we put the bracket on for the caliper, we tighten the bolts 1, 2, and put the caliper on 1, 2, and then, you know, you could, if you want, just clean it up a bit. I like to do that, both sides, and then put your wheels on, drop your car. And one thing you want to do, just don't forget your cap for the reservoir for the brake fluid. And also, before you take off, make sure you pump the brake pedal until it's nice and firm. And after that, you're pretty much done. You did the brakes job yourself. A pat on the back. And yeah, that's it. Also, another shout out to Vadim. He's the third guy. So yeah, as they say, teamwork makes the dream work. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.